This is Trevor Benko, CEO of TGB Supplements and owner of the Iron Forge Gym. And today I have Alex Seba with me, and we're going to interview her. She just recently did her first bikini show, so we're going to talk about her experience and how it went. So since this was your first show, Alex, overall, how long did you diet, and what did you get from this experience overall?
I dieted for 16 weeks, and at first I increased my calories and then cut them down just a little bit. I was losing weight consistently on a good basis, so we just kind of kept things the same for a good bit of time.
You were already pretty lean to start, so
Yeah, so it was like I usually keep a good diet year round. Now I just had to cut out like the snacking and like going out to eat or anything like that, and kept everything like super lean, made sure everything was weighed out.
tracking your macros.
Yeah.
And because you keep your diet pretty tight year round, it was it wasn't as hard for us to
Mm.
get you in shape, but we actually had to increase your calories like you said, which is
Yeah.
rare. It's very rare that you do that, but she was eating pretty low calories to begin with, which is why she was pretty lean. And we wanted to increase her metabolism, and then we slowly started cutting back down and carb cycling, and it went really well. I mean,
Yeah.
you responded well. I know you were nervous about eating
Yeah.
that much at first, but did it affect you at all? Was it hard for you in the beginning?
In the beginning, I like did not believe that eating like so much more would
Yeah.
help me to lose weight, but it actually did, and I saw so many differences. Like it just overall in the gym, I had more energy too, which is so weird because on prep you usually don't.
Yeah.
But because my diet was actually increased, it did help a lot.
Yeah. So you actually were able to train harder. And
Yeah.
you kicked up your training a lot too, because we
Yeah.
changed your training program a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
how was that compared to what you normally do?
It was definitely tough. Like I don't train that way. I usually do take breaks and like this kind of cut out breaks between reps and sets. I just kept going, and like the weight was lighter,
Mm-hmm.
but I just kept like going and going.
Working harder.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It seemed like it worked really well for you.
Yeah.
So this was your first show. What did you think of the show itself? You know, I guess there's a lot to get to the show, but when we finally get to the show, how did you think? Was it what you thought as far as like going on stage and going through the process, or was it a little different than you expected?
I did kind of. It was what I expected, I guess.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into and how hard it would be to like put myself out there, especially against like other people that train hard as well.
Yeah.
It was like very fast paced backstage. That was like one thing that I was shocked by.
It moves quick.
Yeah, they'll just skip you if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that goes into it. But the show overall, I thought was good. The judging wasn't what I thought it should have been, but the show was decent. I felt like.
And it was it was an average show.
Yeah.
A little bit on the smaller side, but I agree. I thought the judging was a little different, at least for bikini. I thought they were kind of. It wasn't what they normally go with, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because they have the new class coming in and they're trying to like set the standards now and change.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I thought you should have placed higher than you did. But I guess people are going to say you're biased, obviously stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I really believe that. So getting ready for the show, like you said, there is a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
What other things, like let's say somebody wants to get into doing this for the first time, what all expenses, what are you looking at really? I mean, you have your suit, your tanning, you had your makeup, your eyelashes, nails, all that stuff. That's for the day of the show. Tanning starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now you could get tanning done at the show, and but you're gonna have less coats for the same price, pretty much. Also, you had to get a suit, and those can be really pricey.
Yeah.
But your suit turned out really nice. And,
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Food and training. How about support-wise? Did you have somebody helping you along the way?
Yeah. This was all super expensive, so I had to like budget for it and all that. I did have my boyfriend. He helps me with everything. I working night shift, so he would meal prep all my food, which really did help a lot. Um,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
big.
have to make sure everything is ready, or if you don't eat a meal, like it can really mess things up.
Yeah.
So you have to really be on top of it. There's a lot that goes into a show. I think more than people think. You
Yeah.
just have to stay on top of things, or you'll miss.
You'll miss out.
Yeah,
Yeah. It happens fast. Yeah, like you said, one meal, I mean, that might be a quarter, of your calories,
Yeah.
so it definitely can make a difference. And you started a new job during this whole
Yeah.
process too, so I'm sure that didn't help. I mean,
No.
it makes things a little more difficult,
Yeah.
more interesting. But it seemed like you handled it really well.
Yeah, I thought it would be more difficult. The hardest part of this prep for me was when I would get off a night shift and work out after. Like, I'm going to continue to do that, but yeah, I had to push myself like times 100
Yeah.
to get through those workouts.
Motivation's a little
Yeah.
lower, you're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much cardio were you doing throughout the prep?
I did, mainly for a majority of the prep, I did 3 days, 25 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then the other remaining days of the week I walked for 20 minutes on an incline. My cardio, like, I lucked out. People end up doing a good bit more than I did, but I felt like that was
so bad.
good enough for me. I did push myself though on the Stairmaster.
Yeah, Stairmaster's no joke.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. So the show's done, and everything went pretty well. I mean, as far as the way you looked, I think you looked great, and really couldn't have went any better as far as that goes for the amount of time and your first show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And your posing was great too, which that's another thing we practiced every week.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference too, because
Mm-hmm.
if you've only done that like 2 or 3 times, when the time comes to do it up on stage, it's going to be tough.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you did really well with that too. Are you planning on doing any more shows in the future?
Yeah, I definitely do. I always need something to work towards in my life. That's how I've always been. So hopefully, in May, I'll plan to do the Pittsburgh. Is the plan.
That'll be a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Same class, you think, bikini again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have the build for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds great. How about supplement wise? Did you take anything supplement wise?
Yeah. When I before prep, I took the Oxymax Fat Burner. It just helps me with energy because I don't sleep as much as I should.
Yeah.
I take protein, and I did take pre-workout when I wasn't on the Oxymax. Then I did start taking T2 in place of the Oxymax, which helped so much towards the end of my prep. It really helped my abs lean out.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah, it did.
It works well with my body.
Yeah. The T2 is from iPrevail, and it's a great product. A little bit milder probably than Oxymax, right? But it's a different type of feel too. It gives you a little bit more natural energy, and then also a little bit of caffeine and stimulants along with it. So it works really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it definitely made a difference, especially since you were used to the Oxymax already, which that's a good product too.
Yeah.
I really like that one. But yeah, I mean, everything went well, and are you happy with it as far as how it went?
Yeah.
Good. That's the main thing. Definitely looking forward to seeing you do another one.
Yeah.
And hopefully in May that'll happen.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope. Just don't do a show if you're not going to be 100% in it, because it won't be worth it.
Yeah,
just give it your all.
Yeah, because it takes so much. I mean, like you said, the dedication. I mean, you have to be committed.